As we get older, our relationship with food changes. What once felt harmless in our younger years can suddenly carry new risks that our bodies are no longer able to ignore. For many seniors, food is not just about enjoyment. It is about survival, health, and maintaining independence for as long as possible. One of the most common foods found in nearly every kitchen is canned food. It is convenient, it lasts a long time on the shelf, and it promises an easy way to put together a meal without much effort. But behind that shiny metal exterior lies a reality that many people, especially seniors, don't fully realize. Today, I want to take you on a journey to uncover the truth about canned foods and reveal 6 deadly risks that older adults should know about before reaching for another can. Now, I want you to imagine something with me. Picture an older gentleman, Will. Call him Harold, who lives alone. His children visit when they can, but most days he cooks for himself. Grocery shopping is tiring, so Harold relies on canned soups, canned vegetables, and even canned fruit. It feels easy, safe, and affordable. But over time, Harold notices that he feels more tired, his blood pressure creeps higher, and he has more trouble sleeping. At first, he blames it on age. But in reality, the truth is far more connected to what's inside those cans. Harold's story isn't unique. It reflects what countless seniors around the world experience every day. And that's why it's so important for us to talk honestly about canned foods. Let's begin by looking at the first hidden danger. High sodium levels. A hidden blood pressure trap. One of the most concerning risks of canned food for seniors is the excessive amount of sodium, or salt, that is hidden inside. Food manufacturers use sodium as a preservative because it helps prevent spoilage and keeps food tasting fresh long after it was packaged. For the average person, a little salt here and there might not cause noticeable harm. But for seniors who are already more vulnerable to heart disease, high blood pressure, and kidney problems, it can quietly create life-threatening complications. Think about something as simple as a can of soup. To most people, soup feels like a comfort food, something warm and easy. But one serving of canned soup can easily contain more than 800 milligrams of sodium. That's more than 1/3 of the recommended daily intake for an older adult, and that's just in one bowl. If you eat the entire can, you may double that amount without even realizing it. Over time, the excess sodium forces your heart to work harder, puts strain on your blood vessels, and increases the risk of strokes and heart attacks. Many seniors assume that if food is sold in a grocery store, it must be safe. But the truth is that canned goods are often packed with far more sodium than any body truly needs. And while a younger person's kidneys may be able to flush out the extra salt, seniors often have reduced kidney function, making it harder to process. This can lead to fluid retention, swollen ankles, shortness of breath, and dangerous spikes in blood pressure. What can you do about it? If you must buy canned foods, look for options labeled low sodium or no salt added. Another helpful trick is to drain and rinse canned vegetables or beans under running water before cooking them. This can remove a significant amount of sodium and make them safer for your heart. Better yet, consider using frozen vegetables, which are often picked fresh and preserved without extra salt, harmful preservatives, and additives. The second risk hidden inside canned foods is the use of chemical preservatives and additives. These are ingredients that don't add nutritional value but are instead designed to make food last longer, look more appealing, or taste artificially better. For food companies, preservatives are a business decision. But for seniors, they can be a silent threat. Take nitrates and nitrites, for example. These chemicals are often found in canned meats like corned beef, sausages, or Spam. They help preserve color and prevent bacteria growth, but once inside the body, they can form compounds that are linked to cancer. Then there are artificial flavorings and colorings added to make canned food more appealing. For sensitive older bodies, these additives can trigger allergic reactions, upset digestion, or worsen conditions like acid reflux. Many seniors also struggle with memory, concentration, and mood changes. What most people don't realize is that certain food additives can actually affect brain health. Some preservatives have been linked to inflammation in the body, and inflammation is known to play a role in cognitive decline. So if you find yourself feeling foggy, anxious, or more forgetful than usual, part of the answer might not be age. It might be what's inside your food. The sad truth is that canned food is designed to sit on shelves for years. To achieve that, manufacturers often prioritize shelf life over human health. And while a small amount here and there might not cause immediate harm, long-term exposure is what makes it dangerous. The solution? Read labels carefully. If you see a long list of chemical names you don't understand, it's a red flag. The fewer ingredients, the better. Fresh food doesn't need additives, it speaks for itself. BPA in can linings. The silent toxin. Now, let's talk about one of the most serious and widely ignored risks of canned foods, BPA, short for bisphenol A. This is a chemical used in the lining of cans to prevent the metal from rusting and the food from absorbing a metallic taste. On the surface, this sounds like a good idea. But the problem is that BPA doesn't just stay in the can. It can leach into the food itself, especially when the food is acidic, like tomatoes, or when the can is stored in warm conditions. Why should seniors care about BPA? Because research has linked it to a number of health problems, including hormone disruption, heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. BPA is what scientists call an endocrine disruptor, meaning it can interfere with the natural balance of hormones in your body. For seniors whose bodies are already experiencing changes in hormone levels, this disruption can be even more harmful. Let's take an example. Imagine a senior who regularly eats canned tomato sauce because it's convenient for pasta dinners. That tomato sauce, sitting in its can for months or even years, has been slowly absorbing BPA. Over time, that exposure can affect the body's ability to regulate blood sugar, which is especially dangerous for those with diabetes. It can also increase the risk of heart problems, which are already a leading cause of death among seniors. Some companies have started to move away from BPA linings, but many cans on the shelves still contain it. Unfortunately, the labels don't always tell you whether BPA is present. This makes it difficult for consumers to make informed choices. So what can you do? Choose foods packaged in glass jars, cartons, or BPA-free cans whenever possible. Many organic brands advertise BPA-free packaging, and while they may be slightly more expensive, the long-term health benefits are worth it. Remember, it's not about avoiding canned foods completely, but about reducing your exposure to hidden toxins. Loss of nutrients over time. The fourth risk is one that many seniors don't think about: the loss of nutrients in canned foods. When you buy fresh fruits and vegetables, they are full of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support your body's health. But when those same foods are processed, heated, and canned, a significant amount of those nutrients are destroyed. 4. Example, vitamin C, which boosts your immune system and helps your body heal, is very sensitive to heat. By the time vegetables like peas, carrots, or green beans are canned, much of their vitamin C has been lost. The same goes for B vitamins, which are critical for energy and brain function. Seniors often feel fatigued or struggle with mental clarity, and while many factors play a role, a lack of key nutrients certainly doesn't help. Now, canned food does still contain some nutrients, particularly minerals like calcium and iron, which are more stable, but the overall nutritional quality is lower compared to fresh or frozen foods. For seniors who already face challenges like reduced appetite, difficulty chewing, or limited food budgets, relying heavily on canned goods can lead to subtle but dangerous deficiencies over time. The good news is that frozen foods are an excellent alternative. Unlike canned foods, which are heated at high temperatures, frozen fruits and vegetables are usually flash frozen shortly after harvest. This means they retain most of their vitamins and minerals. So if fresh produce isn't always available or affordable, frozen is the next best choice. Sugar overload in canned fruits and juices. Now let's turn to something that often looks innocent: canned fruit. Many seniors grew up eating peaches, pears, or pineapple slices out of a can. It feels like a treat and seems healthier than cookies or candy. But here's the shocking truth. Many canned fruits are swimming in heavy syrup, which is basically sugar water. For seniors, especially those with diabetes, this can be a dangerous trap. The added sugar spikes blood sugar levels, leading to Energy crashes, weight gain, and long-term damage to the heart, eyes, and kidneys. Even if you don't have diabetes, consuming too much sugar can fuel inflammation in the body, which contributes to arthritis, memory decline, and weakened immunity. So the next time you reach for a can, pause and ask yourself, is this really the best choice for my body? Because the truth is, behind that shiny label, there may be risks waiting that you can avoid with just a little awareness. Stay wise, stay healthy, and take care of yourself, because you deserve nothing less.